day 2 and the girls are feeling tense after the trials of yesterday. Now Greg has increased the pressure with the enormous challenge of swimming 5 kilometres in the open sea from Gozo to Camino.
Feel very tired, feel very achy, just there. Feel like I just want to go back to bed.
Well, I can't swim today, I'm ill. So I've got a chest infection and Greg's told me not to swim. So I'm really disappointed. I was really looking forward to doing an island to island swim.
It's going to be an interesting one today because today is really the big challenge. You know, yesterday was getting used to the water, but today is the big test. You know, it's the long swim. There's a lot of fear amongst the group because it's going to be a real challenge. The water's cold. It's a long way that we're going to be swimming. So it's going to be a key test.
With Pat's cold keeping her out of the water and Mel's fear of it already making her cry, the whole team's looking apprehensive. It's only 18 degrees in there, but that's still 3 degrees warmer than the English Channel will be in July. That's not warm by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm most fearful for Mel. You know, Mel is not having a great time in open water. She's doing a fantastic job in the pool, but you swim the channel in open water. So getting over that fear of the open water is absolutely fundamental. Everybody, even the most experienced swimmers, are a little bit scared, a little bit apprehensive before they get in. So you know, use that fear. Expect to be scared. And so you know you're going to be scared. That's, you know, you're scared now, so that's great. Just be really positive about it, yeah? Once we've done 30 minutes, we'll then do another 5 minutes. And we'll then do another 5 minutes, yeah? And we'll put it down in little portions. It'll be great, mate. Come on, really good. I think Lynne is the strongest of the group. She's the one that I think that is most likely to make it. But you know, at the same time, it is a tough test. So if any of them make it, it'll be a great reward.
We're aiming for that right-hand hill.
Simon Murray from our safety team points out the route the girls are expected to take, crossing the channel between the islands of Gozo and Camino. 5 kilometres, that's just over 3 miles. Greg is up to his old tricks with the petroleum jelly. Seriously though, this is meant to protect Sally from chafing, those nasty sores caused by the repetitive movement of front crawl in seawater.
Often what this does also is it just avoids jellyfish stings, because there's quite a few jellyfish out there, so that, you know, that's really quite important as well. So I haven't told the girls that, by the way.
1, 2, 3.
Greg has joined Mel to keep her focused and in the water for as long as possible.
Got a drink, Pat. Let's go, let's go. Almost there. Come on.
Go for it, girl.
Just like yesterday, Mel makes it to the 30-minute mark and she's out.
It's just the taste of the salt water and just the motion of the sea, and it makes you feel really sick.
The landmark the girls are aiming for is Elephant Rock at the tip of Camino. Greg's job is to push them on, but the tide is turning fast. Though Lynne's fighting the cold, she's ahead of Sally, who is slower but steady and determined. Lynne's buoyed up with confidence after touching the cliffs. It's taken her 2 hours to reach Camino. Greg pushes her on to Elephant Rock. But it's just too much for Lynne. Struggling with cold and exhaustion, she collapses in the boat.
You don't look as bad as yesterday. That's good. We did about 2.5 kilometres today. It was excellent. It was a really great effort.
While Lynne's being comforted, Sally has caught up and made it to the cliffs, but not without her own problems.
As we got close to the island, there's a big pod of jellyfish, and as you can see from the side of the face and on the arm and on the leg, that Sally's been stung quite badly. So what we need to really do is just to treat that. Treat it with lots of different things, but hot water is probably the best thing. Just takes the sting out. Good swim, girls.
Out of all of his swimmers, Mel needs most reassurance from her trainer.
You know, at the end of the day, you're incredibly brave because you don't want to get in the first place, but you do get in. You want to get out after 5 minutes, but you carry on going. You want to get out after, you know, 10 minutes and 15 minutes, and you're out there for 30 minutes when you don't want to be out there at all. So, you know, it's just a slow progress, mate.
Most importantly for Lynne and Sally, they managed the swim from island to island, touching Camino's cliffs, but the turning tide prevented them from making it to Elephant Rock. They pushed themselves to their limit and swam 2.5 kilometres over 1.5 miles before calling it a day. For the others, Pat had a disappointing day stuck on the boat, and Mel's fear has overwhelmed her once again. As everyone returns to Gozo, Greg realises the dream of a solo attempt is out of reach for all the girls. And to keep everyone in the challenge, he knows the only way to continue is to change it to a relay.
I think that's important, particularly for Mel, because the likelihood is we're going to lose Mel after this weekend.
Greg's decision to turn the challenge into a relay is no easy option. Although the girls will only swim for 1 hour at a time, they'll have to keep getting in and out of the water. Getting warm, then summoning up your courage to get back in again takes serious mental and physical strength, and there's no telling how they'll cope with that.
Physically, it's been very demanding, and I think emotionally it's been incredibly draining for the girls. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do in the pool, it's what you do at sea that really counts.
It's the